Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So I thought I'd pop on and do a reading about this, which is that Meghan Markle's Netflix deal is dead. Harry and Meghan, their Netflix deal is dead. And not only that, I've heard there's been a few puff pieces out recently. Another story I just heard today on Neil Sean was, I don't know if this is a news story, if you've heard this before. It sounds like something that probably circulated years ago, but with so much going on with them. But Neil Sean has a source that told him, hi, Patricia, how are you? A very close source told Neil Sean that Meghan Markle had originally wanted Prince William to walk her down the aisle, but the Queen said no. I was like, wow. So Neil Sean has confirmed that Meghan actually tried to manipulate the situation to say, oh, her father couldn't make it. And I mean, that's what Neil Sean's uh, connections have confirmed. And I was just thinking after that, I'm like, imagine if Meghan Markle had gotten picture of herself in a wedding dress, on William's arm, just to have that picture and to blast it everywhere. Can you imagine how that would have been used and abused by Meghan, her Sussex squad, and her PR and whatnot? I was like, wow, thank goodness, dodged a bullet there, right? If that's true, which I don't know. Neil Sean seems to have really good sources. But anyways, back to this. So this is Yahoo News. There's plenty of places where they're writing about this. And the source for this article is a Substack by a man named Rob Shooter, and Shuter. I'm not up on big names and gossip in Hollywood and whatnot, but he seems to have the Hollywood gossip. And the latest story he came out with is about how Steve Colbert lost his show. And apparently he lost his show because CBS told him not to make fun of them for having lost their court case with Trump and having to pay Trump $16 million. So CBS told him, don't talk about this. And Steve Colbert did. So obviously embarrassing CBS. And so CBS, I guess, ended his show after that. And I mentioned that because I've heard some commentators saying that they thought that it was Trump's fault that Colbert lost his show. No, it was his fault. It was Colbert's fault for losing his show. His bosses told him not to talk about a legal matter. You're never supposed to talk about legal matters. That's a common knowledge, But Colbert just, he thinks when you got a big ego like Colbert, you just think you can do whatever you want, right? Kind of like Meghan Markle, right? So Meghan Markle's deal, obviously she has no doubt not endeared herself to Netflix, and they're waiting for her show to run out and they're not going to renew it. Said Netflix is done, which is surprising to me because the president there, Saran, whatever his name is, that got the award from King Charles. I thought for sure they were all in it together and they were going to keep Meghan and Harry. But it says here that Meghan and Harry's multi-million-dollar streaming deal will not be renewed after it expires. So it's technically still active, but I guess in 2026 it's expiring. The decision comes after With Love Meghan ranked number 383, far below expectations. So the numbers were dismal. The streamer had previously teased a second season, but insiders clarified the footage was filmed alongside season one, a cost-saving strategy. There's no actual renewal. So there is going to be a second season, but it was filmed in the first season. So don't be fooled into thinking it's renewed. So we still have to suffer through another show that she'll milk for all it's worth. You know that. Even more damaging was Harry's Polo docuseries that was number 3,436 with only 500,000 views worldwide. The interest just isn't there anymore. One source says Harry and Meghan went from, quote, buzzy to background noise. The final season of With Love, Meghan will likely air later this year. So that's something you had to look forward to during the holidays, is Meghan's next ridiculous escapades in the kitchen, lashing out at her friends for calling her Meghan Markle. I mean, unbelievable, and torturing her hairstylist. The deal is dead. They're just waiting for the credits to roll. So yeah, it's over. It's over. Like Yuval Harari always says, it's over. It's over for Meghan. That's it. Netflix is over. So I'm wondering how I really wanted to do a reading about her and wanting Prince William to walk her down the aisle, but I couldn't think of a question to ask about that. We don't even have to ask how William felt about that. So I decided I'll do a reading on how she's handling the Netflix rejection. It's going to be pretty rough. It's really quite astounding when you think that in 2020, 2021, Harry and Meghan were at the top of their game. I mean, they had the world at their feet. And even in Hollywood terms, COVID, I guess, in a silver lining to the COVID nonsense is that Harry and Meghan couldn't, go to the parties and go to the shows and this and that when they had the opportunity. It was like because of all the social distancing and the fear and the paranoia and all that, the hysteria, everything was all COVID, right? So Harry and Meghan were overshadowed by it. And I think that in part ruined everything for them. And yeah, so and it was downhill for them after that. So I actually think we all dodged a bullet in a way that had it not been for COVID, it would have been a lot worse with Harry and Meghan. They would have probably got a lot more publicity, a lot more events, a lot more Meghan going out in a ballroom gown. She was really limited in how many times she could do that in the middle of a pandemic, right? So yeah, happy birthday, Prince George. He's 12 today. Okay. Oh yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, I saw the picture. Very handsome picture that I'm sure his mother took, right? She has become the professional photographer now. Yeah, South Park the cartoon. I saw that. Yeah, they're making fun of Harry and Meghan. Yeah, saying the worst things in the world are Hitler, the Crusaders, and Harry and Meghan. It's okay, yeah, the Privacy Tour one was the best though, because I had the best song. All right, so anyways, focusing on the Netflix though, Harry and Meghan, their entire careers depended on this Netflix. Netflix was going to pay the bills. It was going to allow them to survive in California, which has not gotten cheaper over the years with inflation. Thank you, Biden. So in Congress and everyone who gave us all that inflation. So yeah, so things are a bit desperate now, I would imagine. Well, let's see. How's Meghan feeling? Is she desperate? Is she feeling like a big old loser? Is she I don't know. How about, or is she just a typical narc and thinks it's all Harry's fault and Harry and the royal family owe her, and so it was not, she did nothing wrong. She was perfect. What's going on here with her and Harry losing the Netflix deal? From Megalodon's perspective, how is she handling it? Yeah. What's she gonna try to do? She tried to do the Lemonada thing, but didn't the Lemonada fall through too? She did the Spotify, she lost that. She went to Lemonada. I don't think the Lemonada thing lasted either, right? I don't think she did much for it. So I'm pretty sure she lost that one too. It's hard to keep track of everything. There's so much with these two. Even though even if they do nothing, their PR is difficult to keep track of with all their puff pieces. Oh my goodness! So what's she gonna try to do next? She does have one more show coming up that that she's gonna inflict upon us. Her Netflix. So there is one more to go, and she's gonna milk that with puff pieces and Instagram videos and whatnot. I'm sure. Well, let's see. Wow, rough blow. This is a major ego blow. And I think that narcissists don't take this kind of thing very well, right? They don't handle this kind of rejection. very well at all. That may be why Harry's running away and escaping and traveling to Africa to go reenact his mother again. Maybe this has something to do with that. So let me see. Is that I'll ask about that. Is that why Harry went to Africa to escape Meghan? I heard he was running for his life. Yeah, let's see. All right. That should be enough. Let's see what's going on here with Megalodon. How disturbed is she? Let's find out. All right, general situation here. Sun, power here. Wow. I might have the wrong reading. Really empowered here, a lot of attention. She is getting a lot of attention for this rejection. There are tons of puff pieces about it, so that could be it. Oh, there we go. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Yeah, so her misfortune is being, she's feeling the pressure of the all the attention about it because everybody's talking about it. Not the usual, followers of Harry and Meghan stuff, but everyone, because Netflix is right. If you're a filmmaker or film writer, actor, actress, you're in the business. Netflix is the place, right? It's the place to be. And people track that and they know who rated what and who did this. And, it's a whole, it's a whole, thing, right? Everything that people on track and every little thing about Netflix and what's going on there and who they're signing up and who they're not and who got how many views last season. It's a whole thing. So there's a lot of pressure, especially in Hollywood, because all Meghan cares about are her Hollywood friends, right? Or Hollywood people, anyways, not her friends necessarily. And she's feeling overwhelmed by the attention on this, on her, losing out on this. Yeah, so she's feeling devastated. Major arcana, major arcana. It's the embarrassment for her on the world stage. So she is feeling the pressure right now. She's not feeling optimistic, which would instead she's feeling burned. She's feeling the pressure, the attention, too much negative attention with the Wheel of Fortune reverse and ooh, Five of Cups reversed. Yeah, she is very, very unhappy as you can imagine. Take that. She's probably drinking her rosé night and day. It used to be rosé all day. Now with Meghan, it's rosé night and day. Yeah, she's drunk as a skunk and drinking to her heart's content because this is like the worst thing that could happen to, a Hollywood actress who's made it big and made a big name for herself, world famous, and she just bombs on Netflix. That's pretty embarrassing. I mean, if you're, for an actress whose career is to act and her show just stinks, right? It's miserable. Strength reversed, right? The Harry and Meghan card, I often see this as they're just out of control. And so she's out of control right now. And of course, she's blaming Harry. She's riding that lion, that royal family. She's going to be using and abusing and blaming Harry and the royal family for this because every time Harry and Meghan fail, they blame the royal family, right? So I've heard. Or you can just look at it as Meghan, out of control with the drinking and behavior and being abusive. Yeah. How did she expect this rejection? Ooh, the high priestess reverse. Oh, no, excuse me, the Hierophant reverse. High priest, they call the Hierophant high priest. Yeah, I know. This was a huge blow to her ego, and she did not see it coming. She did not expect this. She did not listen. She rebelled against Netflix. Netflix tried to advise her. As people always say, Meghan has good advisors. She just doesn't listen to them. And she didn't listen to Netflix. I think they tried to help her and Harry. They're like, look, do this. They advised her and she didn't listen to the advice. So Netflix is like, she's not listening to us. If she's not going to listen to us, you know, people paying you millions of dollars. You're not going to listen to them. You're not going to listen to anybody, which they really should have known because she didn't listen to the Queen of England. Netflix thinks they're going to listen to them, or she's going to listen to them. So yeah, so no, she didn't expect it, and she really, yeah, they're done with her. She's done in Hollywood. As I was going to say, like Netflix is like the biggest thing in Hollywood. So if Netflix rejects you, that's it. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, I mean, no one else is gonna take you. If you wouldn't listen to Netflix and work with them. So I asked, is that why Harry ran off to Africa on a trip? And I get the lone man. Look at that, the lone man hanging out by himself, and it kind of looks like Africa in the background, right? So I'm gonna go with a yes. I think Harry, isolated himself. Harry, the Joker here. Yeah, he flew out as fast as he could. He had to get away and escape her, very much so. So this is at least part of it. I'm sure Megalodon is very difficult to live with under ordinary circumstances, never mind after getting rejected by Netflix. Yeah, wow. Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana. I shuffled those cards. Major Arcana. I'm getting all Major Arcanas here except for the theme of the reading. So the biggest, it's what bothers Meghan the most is how this affects her reputation on the world stage. Because all Meghan cares about is her PR, right? It's not about, she doesn't reflect inward because, like H.G. Tudor says, narcissists um, they don't look inward, they don't question themselves. There's no self reflection, right? So it's all about how do I look? What is the public going to see? And the public is seeing that she's been dumped by Netflix. So that's why all this devastation and why she's really having a meltdown right now. So, and I've heard narc meltdowns are extremely bad. So you don't want to be around. So what she's afraid of or not want. Seven of Cauldrons, Seven of Cups reversed. Yeah, I think she's afraid that she's never going to get another opportunity. I have it reversed. And, there's so many younger, prettier actresses out there. She's not going to get a chance to do any acting. So she's afraid that she's never going to get another good deal. And she no doubt is. I don't think she's not going to get another deal that she wants, right? Like this. Like I said, it's so surprising how quickly they went from having the world at their feet to now being like, the lepers of Hollywood. Like nobody wants to touch them, right? It's taking their distance. So what's she hoping for? Knight of Pentacles. Oh, look at her. So she wants to hold her ground. She knows how bad this looks, but she's determined. She doesn't want to budge. She's hoping that, she can. Doesn't that kind of looks like Meghan with a funny haircut? Maybe she'll one day just, take off the wig and just show her bald. And just make a show being the real Meghan, that'd be something people would watch, honestly. But anyways, yeah, Knight of Pentacles. She's still a fighter, and she wants that money, and she wants to stay put in California. She does not want to go back to the UK. Of course, Harry does. Harry's chomping at the bit, and as TRG pointed out, they're already talking about bringing him back into the fold. But let's see, how is Harry affecting? Did I ask about Harry or Netflix? I think I asked about Netflix. How is Netflix affecting Megalodon? Oh, King of Cups. So Netflix, it appears, Meghan sees as King of Cups. You can look at that as being silent, and you can also look at it as Netflix did get an award, or one of the CEOs there got an award from King Charles for a show they did, but I can't remember the name now. And so again, going back to Meghan sees King Charles as Netflix, so she's going to blame King Charles, in other words, or the royal family. Really, probably Prince, or she'll probably blame Prince William, most likely. That's who she always seems to blame. But she blames one of them or both of them for this. So she's feeling like she's being publicly embarrassed on the world stage, and it's their fault, and they caused this to happen. That they must have told them to dump her and to make her look like a failure with Harry, is what she's going to believe. Because Meghan does not believe that Meghan's perfect in her own mind. She's like, I'm a star, I'm perfect. I'm being, so in her mind, she's being sabotaged. by the royal family. Again, I'm getting that confirmed. So what's she gonna do next? But she is obviously very upset about being embarrassed like this, looking like a loser. Three of swords reversed. Wow. So she is going to be lashing out and getting revenge on whoever she can. And she's going to be fighting, no doubt, not only with Harry, but everyone else. Yes, these are nice cards. Tarot of the Old Path. I'll put a link at the bottom. I always put links to my decks that I use, in the description. So just in case, Amazon affiliate links. But anyways, yeah, she's gonna be fighting and being nasty, probably online as usual, attacking the royal family or attacking whoever she blames for this. So she's gonna be in bitch mode for a while. There has been a lot of brouhaha and even on YouTube, right? So I say Megan's behind it. I think she's behind all of it. Maybe I'm just been following Harry and Meghan too long, but you know how they are. They have so many things going on, and Meghan is frothing here. Meghan's starting fights secretively. I have this reverse. You can see it secretively or excessive. I think she's starting fights online. I really do. Yeah. Oh, you ordered 2 decks in a book? Oh, okay. Great. Great. And this is a really nice one. It's a good quality deck, and the pictures are very nice. Highly recommend. And so, last but not least, oh, look at that, 4 of Wands. That could be her going back to the royal family with Harry and putting on the We're a Loving Family act. Or this could be a TV show because 4 of Wands is like putting on a show, being a happy, stable family. But it's a minor kind of arcana. It could also be seen as a wedding card. I don't know. Meghan may, oh God, I hope not. But remember a long time ago, Meghan was saying she wanted to renew her vows with Harry. So of course, they'll do anything for attention. So look out. There may be a renewal of vows here, possibly for a Netflix show or for attention somehow or some other show. I see Meghan trying to pull something like that, like trying to restart things. So I do think that she's going to attack some people and be vicious and nasty, and then she's going to do another show of some sort, and it'll probably be either, like I said, it might be her making a big show of going back temporarily, I'm sure, to the royal family in the UK, or it'll be another, stunt of uh, renewing their vows or something. But she's not giving up because I get that she's not giving up. She thinks that she's a big star. She's like, I have everything it takes. I didn't do anything wrong. Everyone else is wrong. And she wants that money and she doesn't want to go back and she wants to be a success in Hollywood. And she's going to keep fighting for it, no matter who she has to attack or kill or destroy. She doesn't care. She's going to get what she wants. What Meghan wants, Meghan gets. And she wants that Angelina Jolie status, and she's gonna keep fighting for it. That's what I see here. And she's gonna fight dirty and she's gonna be nasty because that's the way Meghan Markle fights. Yes, that is what I see. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hey, Sylvia, how are you? Oh, you just caught it. Well, I'm just ending it now. So maybe next time I'll try to get back on a regular schedule again. Summertime, it's difficult. Anyways, that's what I have for you today. So thank you for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye bye.